What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Phase 2 of Season of Discovery is right around the corner, probably 2 or 3 weeks away at this point, so I decided to dive into each class and start checking out some pre-raid best-in-slot gear so I can help you guys out. This guide is going to be for Horde and Alliance. If one of the items that I am suggesting is faction-specific, I will let you guys know and give you an alternative. Now, also keep in mind, we don't have much information on Phase 2 as of yet, so we don't know new craftable items via professions or anything like that. So this guide is based on what's already in the game. So keep in mind that some of these items are subject to change, and as we get information, I will come back to these videos and pin changes to the top of the comments. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the DPS warrior. So without further ado, guys, let's dive in. Alright, so we're here on 60 upgrades, and this is my pre-raid best-in-slot gearing guide for a level 40 DPS warrior. We're going to start off with our helm. And as for our helm, the main thing we want to go for here is clearly the Raging Berserker's helm that drops off of Herod in Scarlet Monastery's armory. It has a 33% chance to drop, so it's not that bad, and you should be able to farm this pretty easily. You're going to get 8 stamina, 13 strength, and 1% chance to crit. Next up, we have our neck piece. This is where things get a little different. The High Tide Choker from Baron Aquinas in the BFD raid is going to most likely be your best in-slot neck piece for Alliance, but if you are Horde, you can pick up the Zealous Shadow Shard Pendant from the Maraudon quest. We can take a look at that right here. I'll open it up for you guys. This is a Horde-only quest where you have to collect 10 Shadow Shard fragments from within Maraudon. Now, next up, we have our shoulders, the Failed Flying Experiment. These shoulders are from the Escort quest over in Feralus. This is done by Alliance and Horde, so both factions have a chance to get these shoulders. They're pretty big, 10 strength, 10 agility. Nothing else really is going to come close to this. After that, you can go for like the Forest Tracker Epauls if you have some money and want to pick these up on the auction house, or even going down to like the Flesh Hide shoulders from Razorfen Downs. You can pick those up as well, but the Failed Flying Experiment shoulders are going to be the absolute best pre-raid slot item for your shoulders, giving you that 10 strength and 10 agility. Now, as for our cloak, we have the Dark Hooded Cape. This is a BOE item that gives you 10 agility, 4 strength. It's not that cheap if you're trying to pick this up because it drops off Nimar the Slayer in Arathi Highlands, which is a rare. It has a 7% chance to drop though, so if you can farm that rare, this cloak is going to be your best in slots. And we don't know as of yet what the new Sergeant's cloak is going to look like at this level, but I'm assuming that's going to be your second best in line. It may even overtake the Dark Hooded Cape in terms of DPS. Moving on to our chest piece. As of right now, all the chest pieces in the game, the Shifting Silver Breastplate is still going to be your best in-slot chest piece if you are a blacksmith. However, if you are not, you can complete the quest in Desolus and get the Gelkis Marauder Chain for 14 strength, 7 agility. This quest is both Horde and Alliance, and it requires you to just farm up some reputation with the Gelkis clan over in Desolus. This is a massive chest piece giving you 14 strength, 7 agility, so I would suggest going for this, especially if you're not a blacksmith. Next up in line, we have our bracers. We're going to go for the Forest Stalker's bracers. These are your Warsong reputation bracers. You need to be exalted with your Warsong reputation, whether you're Horde or Alliance, but these bracers are going to be massive. 14 agility, 8 strength, 6 stamina on these. You can't beat it, and it definitely is worth farming. If that's not an option for you and you absolutely hate farming Warsong rep, you can pick up the Ravager's Arm Guards off of the auction house. They're a world drop. They're going to give you 7 strength, 4 agility, but they really are nowhere near as strong as the Forest Stalker's bracers, so I would suggest farming these. Moving on down to our weapons, dual wielding is most definitely going to be best in slot for Phase 2 of Season of Discovery, and if you're Alliance, you have a really good weapon to get. You have the Griffin Rider's Stormhammer. This is a quest in the Hinterlands saving Sharpbeak. This can be done at level 40 with a group. However, this weapon is going to be really really strong. So I suggest doing this quest and getting that to use as your main hand. It's a nice 2.70 speed and a chance on hit that blasts the target for 91 to 126 nature damage. This is a really nice main hand. However, if you are Horde, the next best in line thing you're going to want to get is going to be your revered sword from your Warsong rep. That's going to be another nice one-handed weapon that can be used in your main hand because it's a 2.7 speed. And if you can't pick up your Warsong revered reputation sword, another option to go for would be Heaven's Light, which is a BOE mace that's also a 2.7 speed. As for your offhand, we're going to want a fast offhand, and the Life Force Dirk is really good. It's going to give you 35.9 DPS, 1.6 speed, and 11 stamina. This is from the God Hakar quest for Sunken Temple, which is possible to be done at this level. It only requires level 40, so I'm assuming players will be able to get this done, assuming that we have access to Sunken Temple, which I'm sure we will. You're going to need a group, and it's not going to be easy, but it will be possible. So Life Force Dirk would be your absolute best in slot pre-raid offhand item for this phase. If you can't pick up the Life Force Dirk from completing that quest, good options here are going to be the Vanquisher's Sword for your offhand. If you are Horde, you just have to complete the Razorfen Downs quest, or the Sword of Serenity if you are Alliance. You have to just complete the Scarlet Monastery quest. Now, as for our gloves, we have the Gauntlets of Divinity. These are going to be amazing. They drop off Scarlet Commander Mograine. They have a 20% chance to drop, and they're going to give you 7 stamina and a straight 32 attack power. So these are going to be best in slot whether you're Horde or Alliance. However, until you can get your hands on those, if you're a leather worker and you've been using the Void Touch leather gloves, it looks like those are still going to be really good until you can get your hands on Gauntlets of Divinity or even the Gloves of Holy Might. These are going to be really expensive because they're a BOE world drop epic item, but they're going to give you 1% chance to crit and 20 attack power and an additional 30 attack power when fighting undead. As for our belt slot, we have the Boar Champion's Belt. This drops in Razorfen Downs off Ragglesnout. It has a 38% chance to drop, and it's a massive belt. It's going to give you 15 strength and 6 stamina, but another great option is to get honored with Arathi Basin reputations on Horde and Alliance because you'll have access to the Highlander's Plate Girdle, which is going to give you 12 strength and 5 stamina. As for our legs, clearly the winner here is the Scarlet Leggings. 20 strength and 10 stamina. These legs are massive, and they drop off both Herod and Scarlet Commander Mograine. They have a 25% chance to drop, so I would suggest going for these legs. But until you can get your hands on these legs, the Leggings of the Faithful that drop off Lady Cerevis in the BFD raid currently are still going to hold up pretty well. As for our boots here, any boots of power at level 40, any boots that are going to give you straight attack power are going to pretty much be best in slot pre-raid for this phase. But there are other options as well. If you get rid of those, you can still be using these Silverhand Sabatons, which drop off Largus Jet in the BFD raid. These are going to still hold up pretty well, but if you don't have those, or if you do have those and you just want to upgrade, go on the auction house and pick up any boots of power that are level 40. They're going to give you 28 attack power, and that is huge for this slot. As for our rings, the Protector's Band, which is our honored Warsong Gulch reputation ring, is going to be one of your best in slot pre-raid rings for this phase. Might even be full best in slot even after the raid comes out. We have to see what comes out in this, but the Protector's Band is going to be massive, so you're going to want to make sure you have this. And then for your second ring, any ring of the Tiger will do the trick, right? You just want agility and strength for straight up damage. So if you could pick up a level 40 of the Tiger ring to give you 7 agility and 7 strength, you'll be in good shape. As for our trinkets, the Avenger's Void Pearl from Black Fathom Deeps, from getting that pearl off Akamai and handing in the quest to drop the buff, this item is going to be your best pre-raid trinket. For straight DPS, you're going to be getting your 18 attack power and 10 shadow resistance from this. And then for your other trinket slot, we can just throw in a Rune of Duty to just give some more stamina. Again, this stuff could change when we get more information. There may be more trinkets entering the game at this level. We have no idea, but as of right now, these would be your best in slot pre-raid trinkets. As for our range slot, we have the Monolithic Bow, which would be your absolute best in slot pre-raid ranged item due to the stats on it, giving you 6 strength, 3 agility, but anything of the Tiger will do the trick and will be a lot cheaper. Pick up a level 40 of the Tiger ranged weapon to give you 4 strength and 4 agility. So that's it, guys. That would be the pre-raid best in slot items as of right now, with no information released on phase 2. Some of these items, like I said, may be subject to change, and if they do change and we get some new stuff coming that's going to replace some of these items, I will pin some comments down here in the video. So if this video helped you guys out at all, hit that like button. It really does help me, and drop some comments down below. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know what you guys think about this, and if you have nothing to say at all, drop an emoji. It really does help me out with the algorithm. And subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next time I post a video. And if you want to hang out with me live, I do stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/hammerdance. I'll drop a link to that in the description below this video. And if you want to join an awesome Discord community full of like-minded people who all enjoy geeking out over Classic WoW and Season of Discovery, we will welcome you with open arms. Link to the Discord in the description below as well. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching and listening in. I'll see you all in the next one.